Hello, you are welcome, my friends. It's your friend Dr. Yazama Damas. Today is the day that Uganda got independence. If you've watched the video before this one, it's the video when Uganda got independence. But a lot of things that I've observed in countries like Uganda, things that happened, and also my observation on what it means someone to conquer you or to be colonized. Number one, you have to be inferior to them spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, or in all aspects of life. You have to. And also in his mind, he has to believe it. Or he has to have it in his mind that you are nothing, you are inferior. You don't have brains, you don't understand for yourself. That's when they can conquer you, or that's when they can dominate you. That's how the colonized does. They will introduce anything that they want because all your beliefs and what they're useless. We see it when they came over here in Africa or in Uganda, particularly. They put off most of the systems we had, right from education systems to everything. That's how they operate. For those leaders that were around the kingdoms, because some of our kingdoms were very organized. The Buganda kingdom was organized, the Busoga kingdom was organized, the Kabalega, Kabalega was exiled because he had a system and he was refusing. He was, rebelling against them. So they decided to put him off. And also there's another Kabaka of Buganda who was exiled to Seychelles. And then in West Africa, I've read a number of people were exiled. So this is their system. That's how they do. By force. It was not just we invited them the way you are taught. No, read well, you will see. It was by force. You refuse, they throw you away. So that's how things work. So they use a lot of ways to dominate you with their culture. When they came over, they introduced their culture to Uganda. And that's what we see today. They brought jeans, they brought guns, they brought, glasses, tap plates, forks, and moreover, such things they used to exchange our own people to go and work for them in their gardens, and you see it. And then another thing I wrote down, one of the ways they use, they control countries, in all the countries that they colonized, they use the church, they use religious leaders, and it's the same happening today. They use religious leaders, spiritual leaders, whatever. They use all ways to control you, and if you're not steady, you don't overcome them. Actually, all countries that just got independence suffer. Many those who got independence on the silver plate, it's not like these other countries that we see, Kenya, we see South Africa. Those countries fought. They really fought for their independence and are doing well. But all countries that didn't fight for their independence, they have things not going on well. Because these guys just exchanged, they just exchanged hands with the ones that are leading these countries now. These were very wise strategies they used. They don't joke. Actually, they use even the oppressed ones to oppress others. They use the poor to oppress the poor. Because all in these riots we see, those people come and burn stuff, break down stuff. They don't own any land or any property. In all the quick halakas as we've seen, guys who come and put down the quick halakas, guys don't own anything. That's why you see they have money to just You never meet the people, rich people doing that. The religious leaders, we all know religious leaders also want to rule, also want to own you. They own people. That's why you see they tell people, repeat this after me. That's why you see people putting on their rubber bands, people put on t-shirts, having a man of God, this ministry or the other ministry. So it's everywhere. And they use that scripture, don't touch the anointed one. My anointed one. So it's very easy for them to be used. That's why you see they'll give them funds. Religious leaders have funds they receive from governments. So it's a tactic that has been used way back from the colonial masters. And right now, it's fellow blacks. So these guys just exchanged. We are not independent the way we think. We are not. Most all countries that got independence on a silver plate, things are not well with them. So the domain, the dominion is got by force. We see it even right now in the elections we have. 2026 election is coming, but if we are still voting the same people, we are not making it. Because even the NOP, even the FDC or the NRM, man, they're all the same. These guys just sit up there, and it's you and me who are down here. And we all know they get things by force. Dominion is got by force. So, until we change the system that these colonialists brought, that's the only way we are going to be free. But if we have not changed the systems, things are not going to work well. We have to get independence in another way. Let's change the education system. Let's go back to our own. Oh, let us develop something better. That's when things are going to work well. But if not, these guys just exchanged hands. Bahabonga bubonzi. Tetwenunula bakyusa bwa mikono nti oli yali afuna n'awamu ne bakyusaganya okwongera okufuga. It takes God, it takes Christ's mindset to think individually, and that's the only way we are going to change. But as long as people don't want to think for themselves, we are going to remain in the same rat race. Remember, these guys, they just exchanged hands. Ngoli wanadduka nawe oli akati, oli nakakwata mu misinde naye nadduka. The same. It repeats. So we are not going to be free until we decide to think independently. I remain your friend, Dr. Azama Damas. Happy independence, as we say it, but you should think individually to be free. Now imagine if all of us were not free. I would not be making this kind of